Welcome to the Quick 10 podcast, brought to you by Quick Track, focusing on all things FedCon and cyber defense from different perspectives and different personalities, all in 10-ish minutes. Here's your host, Derek White.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Quick 10 podcast, in person this time, once again, with good friend Eric Levitas from ControlCase. How are you?
Back again. I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You don't know if you can see this on camera, but Eric is one-legged. He is down a wing, so he's scooting around here at this conference that we're at.
I'm a paw down.
Yeah.
I'm a paw down.
So if you want to find Eric at this conference, it's a lot easier because he's not moving as fast. So
I put a post up. I said, make sure you stop me. You'll see me rolling around. My brakes work great. They don't actually. My brakes have been wearing really hard. So, yeah.
Well, the last time we did this, we were in Las Vegas, I think. Is that right?
We were.
Yeah, so that was a different industry conference in Las Vegas, which I want to say was in May.
Yep.
So depending on when you watch this is being recorded in February. So third grade math will tell me that's over 7 months.
It's been a while.
Like 9 months ago already.
While.
Can you believe that?
It's been
Holy
a while.
Cow. ControlCase is busy. I know that for a fact. We've had multiple clients go through assessment with you guys. I know the C3PO market is going to continuously be crazy because we have more and more joining as we need, but also I think we're already starting to see some of the ones that understand what an assessment looks like and what and the intent of it is following the CAP, CMMC assessment process. Talk a little bit about where ControlCase is at today, now that we're here into 2026, and some of the things that you think the listeners and watchers want to hear.
Yeah, look, I mean, being a C3PO in this market is interesting, right? It's the wild, wild west right now. And you know, as an organization, we're trying to, walk this line of ethicality, but we're also trying to walk this line of look, customer service. At the end of the day, we're trying to take care of people, but we have a process to follow. And it's interesting to talk to people, and we talk about the CAP, we talk about the phased approach, we talk about getting in early and why, and it's like I lead with, look, this is not a sales tactic. You have to get in early, here's why. The market is shifting, availability is low, and there's a process you have to follow just to even be ready for an assessment. So it's been very interesting for us to try to educate the market to say, what are you in? Are you in Quick Track or not? Are you in an enclave? Are you enterprise? All of these things require different levels of effort, which require different runways, which require you to get into our queue earlier, because now we have to plan. Do we have to come on site? Do we not? Those things are really important, and as people are saying, oh, I've got this deadline, this contract is looming over my head. What are you doing to get ready? Have you connected with a C3PAO, and have you at least done your due diligence? There's great ones out there, right? And I tell people that all the time, do your due diligence. Meet with a couple, get a vibe check, figure out their process. Sure, price is a factor, but will they understand your environment? And are they going to be somebody you feel like you could work with? Yeah. So it's just been interesting to kind of connect with the community and hear the different stages that they're at in their CMMC readiness. And ultimately, we've been really, really busy. It's been great.
Yeah, it's going to be, again, I think we're kind of doing some of these in-person interviews here over the next couple days, and these episodes are going to have some common themes to them. Sure. Because whether you're an OSC or you're a C3PO or you're more focused on readiness and prep, or vendor side, product side, everyone's starting to see, I would say the best way is probably the fog start to lift a little bit. I think sometimes when the fog's being lifted, it's showing some other frustrations, if you will, on, well, I wish I would have known that. And unfortunately, some of the information has been out there, and it just wasn't what was focused on from the customer side usually. So a little bit about full starts, which is probably going to be something that comes up a lot in the next couple days. Are you surprised by how many you've seen? Are you not surprised? Are you guys handling that in certain ways that gives people to not sit here and watch or listen to this with cold sweats, about to pick up the phone and start talking to C3PAOs?
Look, here's what I'll say, right? The C3PAO has a mission. We have a duty to tell you you're not ready, right? It's out there that says, if you don't have the appropriate documentation, if you haven't scoped things appropriately, if you don't have your asset categorized, the C3PO says, hey, look, I don't think this is going to turn out well. We have to let you know, we think we should stop. You still have the option to continue, but we're not sure if this is going to go. Granted, I would say 99.9% of people go, whoa, maybe I got to take a step back and reevaluate. We have seen a lot of false starts. We have seen a lot of individuals in our ecosystem that thought one way, invested a lot of time and money one way, and unfortunately were directed to the wrong path, right? They thought too much was in scope and not enough was, or they didn't put enough in scope and they came ill-prepared, or some people have readiness partners that are less mature, some people are doing it internally. I tell people this, I say, look, it is in your best interest to find a C3PAO that cares about the success of you passing or not. And it is not my job to collect your money and to fail you. That literally defeats the purpose of this program. So we take it really seriously to say, look, you're not ready. And it sucks for all of us, because trust me, we wanted to lock you into this date. We wanted to assess you, we wanted to help you, but it is in your best interest to pause and either get connected to these awesome RPOs or go connected to an MSP to go get another look. We're having a lot of folks do mock assessments, whether it's with us or with somebody else, to say, hey, look, before we jump in, I can't consult with you, but I can at least tell you met, not met, and why. And we can at least say, like, again, you're not ready. You need to go fix and adjust these things. So it's been a very interesting conversation with community of like the importance of phase one. And it does shock some of the OSCs to say, you're not letting me assess? I go, we're letting you assess, but you might fail, so we recommend you pause. And some people are not happy about that.
Yeah, and I think you can understand that because you didn't help them on their journey.
How much money did they spend?
Yeah,
how much time did they spend? Whose job's at risk?
That is the heartbreaking side of things. Is that man, and the number of times you hear, "Where were you guys 3 years ago or 2 years ago?" Or now, I will say one of the things that we've noticed in conversation too, not just firsthand, is because CMMC is a thing and it's real. The frantic push from C-level, from leadership to get it done by March 15th, because that's the day we got it, whatever. What would you say to that if you were talking to somebody here at this conference who says, hey, I just talked to my leadership team and they want us to be CMMC level 2 certified by April 1st. Probably the wrong day to do that. April 2nd. And here I am 2 months before that trying to figure out what to do. Where would you, from a C3PO who doesn't want them to go through a bad experience, where would you lead them first? What would you tell them?
Look, I tell all of these internal stakeholders that are responsible for CMMC efficiency, that have all the burden on them. It's like, first off, I feel bad, right? That you are put with this pressure on you to say, hey, look, you're the guy or the girl that needs to get us compliant, and it's on your shoulders. And I tell them, I hope they're going to give you enough resources and funding to go find an appropriate partner, whatever that partner may be. Could be an Enclave, right? Could be Cuick, could be a phenomenal MSP, could be a phenomenal RPO. Engage and invest in the right readiness partner immediately. Scope, and limit it as much as you humanly possibly can, as quickly as you humanly possibly can, if you can. Some can't. And if you can, execute into that environment. And I mean, this journey is not a short journey. So, I would lead that by also saying this date is almost unobtainable. And if it's something you're trying to strive for, there are milestones that I think that you can prepare, and like we do engagement letters all the time. Hey, look, sign up with us. As long as scope is identified, we'll write you a letter, not that you're compliant, just that you've engaged with us, and that goes a long way with contract officers. But go back and have the discussion of, this is a multi-month process. We need to do this right, or the repercussions are failed assessments, poor image in the ecosystem. So again, it's a lot of kind of what I'm sure everybody is saying, but you need to give yourself the right runway. You need to align yourself with the right partners, and you have to invest appropriately, and you have to invest on the front end so that every buying decision you make within that investment makes perfect sense. Because if you only need 5 people, great. Invest for 5 people. Don't invest for 50 and go, whoops, I only needed 5.
Yeah, and so yes, and then that's the first question that you're going to have to ask people too in that same scenario is, well, how long have you had the contracts that you're working on that say you should have this stuff done? Because
who's asking for this, right?
Yeah, and who's asking for it? And we've got some people say, well, we're pretty much a sole source provider, so they can't go anywhere else. don't think you want to find out that might not be true. Here and it's early 2026 and we're filming this, so if you're watching this down the road, it is becoming clearer that you can't require a contract. A contract can't solicit and say you have to be certified by a third party. They can't do that to every contract. There's not enough assessors out there. So there are some things to be done that you can do to demonstrate that you are on your way and that you're on your path. And if leadership made a aggressive timeline to have something done, and we're not even talking about the situations that people get in with, we need to move infrastructure. We need to change MSPs. We need to not do it ourselves anymore, or we need to do it ourselves for the first time. And all of that's now starting to make, I think, more sense. It feels like when you get to the internal stakeholders on who's going to be responsible for this part, like the monitoring and the logs. Who's going to be responsible for authorizing users? Who's going to be all that kind of stuff comes into play where provider's not going to do that for you. They can't. No. They can do some things for you, obviously, but they can't tell you how to run your business.
Look,
so that's a good thing to be talking about.
It's all about responsibility, right? And it's like you just said it. It's like if you can get with somebody that actually can define responsibility and then execute within that responsibility, I think their journey becomes much easier. Yeah. But if they're not willing to own responsibility or find the right partners who are willing to own it, I think it just goes right out the door. Yeah. It just goes right out the door. So I couldn't agree more with you. Couldn't agree.
You should disagree with me as much as you can. I wouldn't do that. It's dangerous.
You say something, I'm like,
one more time for my wife, quick.
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding. No, yes, no, thank you for that. I appreciate you rolling in here. Good callback. This is a busy conference and it's going to be busy days, and so I'm glad I don't have to ride a scooter around like you do. But I do want people to know that are listening or watching where to go to find more about ControlCase or connecting with you. So let them know.
Yeah, look, so we're all over LinkedIn. You can find me, Eric Levitas, ControlCase. We're a C3PO, 3PO. We audit and certify against everything. So check out our website, check out our LinkedIn, ping me. I am happy to support, like I tell everybody, if anything, I just want to be a soundboard. I've been a part of the community for a while. I care a lot about the community. If we can help you, great, right? So, at the end of the day, I want to be a resource for the community.
Love it. Well, for any of those that want to reach out, you heard it from Eric right there. For those that are watching or listening on your favorite podcast platforms, check out future episodes as well. You can go to quicktrack.com for that. But thank you again, Eric, and we'll do it again.
Thank you, man. Always. Appreciate you.
Thank you for listening to this episode, and make sure to subscribe to the Cuick 10 podcast wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about QuickTrack, visit our website at www.quicktrack.com.